Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Sarah Custer, Chief of Science and Curiosity at Arizona Science Center. And today I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming you to another episode of Career Corner as part of the Arizona Science and Engineering Fair. This is a series of short interviews with STEM professionals to hear about their career journey. And today I'm joined by Dr. Kaela Martin, Associate Professor in Aerospace Engineering from Embry-Riddle. Dr. Martin, so excited to have you here.
It's very exciting to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, we've got a short list of questions to answer, and we're going to just kick it right off, jump into you with tell us about yourself and what you do.
So I am an educator at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. I love teaching, but I'm also an aerospace engineer on the side. So my specialty is trajectory design. So that's getting a spacecraft from one location to another in space, which is more complicated than it sounds. It's not just driving in a road. And
Already
there's a
sounds
steering
really
wheel.
cool. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely really cool. But another large piece of the work that I do is looking at engineering education to try to figure out how to better educate the next generation of STEM professionals.
That's amazing. What a career. Well, we can already see that STEM is definitely a part of your life. But one of the questions that we have on the list is, how else would you say that STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math has impacted your life?
I would say that a lot of it has to do about how you think about solving problems. So getting a degree in engineering or even mathematics, I got an undergraduate degree in both mathematics and aerospace engineering. So I kind of understand both. It really helps you think about a way to approach problems and how to solve them. So you kind of think very logically and figure out, okay, what do I need to know to solve this problem? What are the different approaches that I can take? And then you make a decision and you move forward. So that's really been a pretty big impact on my life.
Wow. And what led you to a career in engineering? You obviously love math and engineering, but how did you get to becoming an aerospace engineer?
So I always really liked stargazing as a child. So I learned all the constellations and I had fun looking at the stars. But I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. And so a family friend told me that maybe I should try for engineering. So I was like, okay, well, I like stargazing and maybe I'll try this engineering thing, but I really wanted to do math. Like that was I was going to go in and be a math major and then I do engineering on the side. And so then because I like stargazing, I chose aerospace engineering as my discipline. And then throughout my undergraduate degree, I found I really liked the application side that engineering brings. So a lot of engineering is applying mathematics and physics to problems. And I really like that application piece of seeing how things are changing and how you can change problems and solve problems. Whereas mathematics sometimes is very theoretical and it takes a really long time to find a practical application for the things that you're working on.
So, what is it about all of that that gets you out of bed every single day to go to work?
Well, I guess another part of what I really got excited about was teaching. And so that's really what drives my passion is teaching. And the vehicle that I use is engineering. In terms of getting out of bed, I always think about how can I improve what I'm doing, which I guess you can take a logical engineering approach to figuring out how to problem solve your classroom, but people are sometimes a little bit more complicated than objects that always work in the same way. So that's kind of where I kind of wake up and I get excited about thinking about how I can make an impact on someone's life.
Thank you for that. It's so important. And another question we have for you is in this career that you've had, which is incredible already just hearing about it. Is there a mistake that you made early on or a challenge that you had to overcome in your career? And what did you learn from it?
So my first year that I decided that I started teaching full time, I was like, I'm amazing. Like I did great grad school. Like I'm the best person ever. Like it's gonna be great. And I got my end of course evaluations back and they were in the gutter. Like it was terrible. I was the worst person in my whole department. And so I took that as a challenge and an opportunity to learn and to change and to grow how I taught my classes. So you kind of learn how to change things and maybe listen more and apply different techniques at various points. And so I've greatly improved over my time here at Embry-Riddle. And so it's just understanding that you've made a mistake, accepting it and moving forward with it and finding a way to solve it rather than wallowing in that you've made a mistake.
Well, I love that it's the embodiment of the experiment, fail, learn, repeat model, right?
Right.
That's fantastic. So we're coming towards the end here, Dr. Martin. What advice do you have for someone interested in pursuing a STEM career?
So what I would say is keep your curiosity. So the best thing you can do is always be curious and always ask why and what is going on and how can I change this, or how can I make this better? Is there a better way to solve this problem? And so I would say keep your curiosity. There's a lot of times when you're taking, classes, and you're like, how the heck does this even apply to what I want to do in the real world or in industry? And you're just like, why am I learning this? I don't understand. But you never know when you're in school what piece of information you're going to spend your whole career on. So I heard from one of my colleagues that going to and getting your degree in undergraduate in engineering, your whole career might be spent on a single class period in a single class. But the problem is that you don't know which class it is. So you have to learn all of this in order to be successful in your career. So I would say stay curious and be willing to learn and change your mind.
Perfect. I love that. As someone who's obnoxiously curious, I totally endorse your advice. So thank you for that. Your whole story is absolutely amazing. So I can't wait to have a chance to chat with you again in the future, although we are out of time for today. So for those of you watching today, thank you for joining us at Career Corner. To find out more information about the Arizona Science and Engineering Fair, go online for Arizona Science Center's website at azscience.org. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.